Hello everybody, it's Peter the Rock. It's Friday, the 5th of April, about 2 o'clock. I'm not normally here at this sort of time of day, but I happen to be here today. And as I said in the previous video, it's 3 days since the previous one where I saw the segment moving into place, which was 3 days after the one before that, where nothing much happened. So let's see what's going on. I love the alignment of these piers, and this is a lovely viewing space. It's probably originally created for fishermen, but you've got to be careful what you say these days. As far as I can make out, Dominique itself hasn't moved much, but looking straight ahead, you can see the pier has got a bit bigger. This nearby pier. I filmed this on Tuesday, the 2nd of April, and it's got bits added to, as we are looking at it, the right hand end and the left hand end. Although there's a bit of a gap between the concrete segments. The segment I saw on Tuesday is now it's the third one from the right of this pier, and one of the smaller ones, but it's got the lovely sort of angle at the bottom of it, which is unique perhaps for that particular pier. So I don't know, I think the actual trackway has possibly moved a bit this way, possibly not, difficult to say really. The moving part of the crane with the hut on top is straight above this bit on the right, and it might well be that they are still adjusting it or attaching it. Perhaps they are. Is it my imagination, or are they making that gap a bit narrower? I imagine that if they're going to glue them together, they get them pretty close, insert the glue, and then move them the final, yes, I think they are, the final few millimeters towards each other. But that's a seriously heavy piece of concrete, and I'm lucky to have arrived when things are happening. As I also thought in the previous videos, the yellow bits of Dominique seem to be the moving parts, and the bits underneath the little hut, or the control office, I don't know what they call it, they probably call it something very engineering and sophisticated, but I call it the hut, is above the right hand side of this pier. Now, as I said that in the previous video, there are 56 piers. I can see here going from over there, perhaps behind the trees, maybe say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this may well be pier number 48 or 49. I don't know. They don't put numbers on the piers, because who would be interested apart from you and I, dear viewers? Now the ducks have disappeared. Oh no, there's one lonely duck over there. Maybe they have a bit of a siesta because it is spring, and there's not much happening on HS2, so they've wandered off really. Somebody asked me if the workmen, the engineers, actually feed the ducks. Well, I have no evidence to see that. I've never seen that, but it might. I imagine if one does, then whenever a duck sees an orange-coated person, you know, they will react automatically and head towards him, which will be a bit annoying if you're trying to build a really serious viaduct. Now, there go 2 people up the infamous spiral staircase to nowhere. Well, it goes up to the top of the pier, so it's not exactly nowhere, but I think these movable spiral staircases are fantastic. They must put a lot of legwork in, a lot of miles in. These are probably fit guys, certainly by the end of the week. And of course it's Friday, So maybe they're looking forward to a nice weekend with no HS2 involvement. I just don't know. Anyway, this is a very good viewing spot. I'm quite happy with what I'm seeing today. I didn't expect it to be expanded that much in 3 days, especially as the filming on Tuesday was late on, about 5:30, 5:45, and it's now only 2 o'clock, so it's really only 2.5 days. As usual, there's a sort of chugging going on, and which is difficult to place, difficult to hear where it's coming from, but that often means that not much is happening. There is a cherry picker over there, an orange one, on top of the next pier, and they might start working on that before too long. I don't know how it works. I would imagine that they are very careful about overloading. The way it works in physics is the further from the fulcrum, the more effect the weight has. So if it's not supported, it could cause a problem. So they can never really extend out in one direction only. They have to join up in 2 directions. But you know all that, dear viewers. It would be nice if someone came out of the hut, the control hut, and waved, perhaps fed the ducks or something, but you know, that's not going to happen. So there we are. Some minor progress over the last 2.5 days. Minor from my viewpoint, but perhaps from the people working on it, significant and, you know, fairly normal. Thanks a lot for watching. It's Friday the 5th of April. I think the tax year ends tomorrow. I don't think that's particularly relevant to anybody. But thanks a lot for watching. It's Peter the Rock. And if you haven't done, you want to do it, if you like and subscribe, it gives you an idea of what my viewership, he said grandly, I think we'll stick at that, gives an idea of what they want. And you can hear a Chiltern Line train, but you can't see it. So that's a shame, but there we go. So now I'm going to head down, get much closer to Dominique, and see if I can actually carry on walking along the Colne Valley Trail. Probably not, so this might be the last video, or the second and last video of today. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.